Welcome to Tech Ninja, your journey from novice to ninja in tech. This is the 5th installment of my series on question and answer segment based on different technologies. Today I will be covering 10 questions on the part 2 of Salesforce development. I will also be sharing some pro tips around those questions, so please stay tuned till end if you don't wish to miss anything. Before we begin, subscribe to my channel to be Tech Ninja in your tech journey. What is a batch Apex class and when would you use it? Batch Apex is used for processing large sets of records asynchronously. It breaks down the job into smaller batches to avoid hitting governor limits. A pro tip to get an edge over other candidates. Use Batch Apex for operations like data cleansing or complex calculations on a large dataset. Ensure each batch is designed to handle a reasonable chunk of records for optimal performance. Subscribe to my channel for more such pro tips. Let's move on to the next question. How do you use the batchable interface in Apex? And what are the advantages of implementing it for processing large datasets? The batchable interface in Apex is used to process large datasets in smaller, manageable chunks. By implementing the database batchable interface, a class gains 3 methods: start, execute, and finish. The start method retrieves the data to be processed, execute processes the data in chunks, and finish allows for post-processing tasks. The advantages of using batchable include efficient processing of large datasets without hitting governor limits, asynchronous execution, and the ability to monitor and schedule jobs for optimal resource utilization. A pro tip to stand out in the interview: when implementing Batch Apex, consider using the iterable pattern to efficiently process large datasets by dynamically fetching only the required records in each batch. This approach helps to minimize resource consumption and ensures optimal performance during data processing tasks. If you want a practical example from me, then please comment down below. Moving on the next question in the list: how does the before and after trigger context influence data modification operations? In the before context, changes to records are not yet committed to the database, while in the after context, changes have been committed. This is what you can do: score some extra points during the interview. Use before triggers for validation, ensuring data meets requirements before saving. Use after triggers for additional operations, such as updating related records. I hope you will remember this tip. Let's see the next question. What is the purpose of the getSet syntax in Apex properties, and when would you use it? This syntax is used for creating getter and setter methods for a class property. It allows controlled access to the property's value. Do this to grab the interviewer's attention. Use getter and setter methods for encapsulation and to enforce data integrity. This provides a layer of abstraction for future changes to the property. Let's move on to the next question. Explain the significance of the database.saveResult class in Apex DML operations. Database SaveResult is used to capture the results of a DML operation, including any errors that occur. Here is a bonus tip for you. Use this class to handle errors systematically during bulk operations. Check the isSuccess method to determine if the operation was successful. I hope you're getting along well with this video. If you have suggestions, then please drop a comment down below. The next question is, what is the purpose of the Aura-enabled annotation in Apex, and how is it used in Salesforce Lightning components? Aura-enabled is used to expose Apex methods to Lightning components. It enables communication between the client and server. Follow this tip to score a brownie point during the interview. Use this annotation for methods you want to call from Lightning components. Ensure that the methods are bulk safe for efficient client-server interaction. Subscribe to my channel if you want to become pro with Salesforce administration. Let's move on to the next question. How can you implement a singleton design pattern in Apex? Implement a private constructor and a static instance variable to ensure only one instance of the class can be created. A quick tip to ace the interview: use singletons for scenarios where you need a single point of control, such as a configuration manager. Ensure thread safety when implementing the singleton pattern. Let's move on to the next question. What is the purpose of the test.isRunningTest method in Apex, and when would you use it? This method checks if the current code is being executed as part of a test class. It is useful for handling test-specific logic. Follow this tip to make an impact on the interviewer. Use it to conditionally execute code during test runs to simulate different scenarios. It helps ensure that certain logic is only applied in the context of testing. We're getting closer to the end of this video. I hope you are getting some helpful insights here. Comment down below your thoughts. Let's see what do we have as the next question. Explain the benefits and use cases of using custom metadata types in Apex. Custom metadata types allow developers to create custom settings that are customizable at runtime without modifying code. I bet if you apply this tip, your chances of moving into the next round of the interview will increase. Use custom metadata types for configurable settings, reducing the need for code changes. They are especially beneficial when you need to manage dynamic data that might change frequently. Finally, we are here. Let's see what's our next question. How can you call an Apex REST service from another Salesforce organization? Use an HTTP request to make an HTTP callout to the external Salesforce organization's REST endpoint. Save this pro tip. It will serve as the cherry on the top with regards to this question. Ensure that the external organization's REST service is exposed and properly authenticated for integration. Consider using named credentials for secure and flexible authentication handling and callouts. This was it for my 10 questions and answers series on Salesforce development. I picked up some random questions and tried answering them. Do let me know which part you liked most. Is there anything that I missed? Comment below if you have any requests and suggestions. Thank you for your time today. Subscribe now to Be Tech Ninja with me.